And every day?
Ma'am? Ma'am? Isabelle! Isabelle!
She doesn't have a pulse.
Get EMT in here right now! Isabelle! Isabelle!
This is also the first time that FBI has had a genuine, oh my God, cliffhanger for a finale. So what were your reactions to that?
I mean, it was very exciting. When we read the episode, everyone was like, wait, what? What's happening? And it was full of not only the cliffhanger, which is huge, but also just the twists and turns along the way. It was just done completely differently. And it was so cool to see all of the characters kind of unite and come together and fight for justice and be a family and be completely different, out of their comfort zones. You know, you got joculars doing crazy stuff, and Isabelle, and you know, Jubal's always a crime fighter.
We don't get to read the scripts. So how it usually happens is the wardrobe. So it starts going around like rumors. Then like, did you hear that Elise has a gun? Elise has a gun. Did you hear that? Alana's did this, and so then it's like rumors. It's like a rumor mill. We're
and
all
then you get
trying
excited.
to organize it. Yeah.
Script.
So we were all pretty pleased when we
Yeah.
read the script and excited to bring it to life.
Alana, as soon as Isabelle didn't get medical attention, I started to worry. I have to say. So what can you say about your future on the show? You are going to be back, right?
Well, literally, you have to tune in to see. I mean, yeah, it is a legit cliffhanger. We were all like, okay, you know, but it is very exciting and very fun to play, unlike anything I've ever played before, for sure. So that was fun.
Jeremy, should Isabelle die, how big of a blow would it be, not only to the FBI, but also especially to this office and to Jubal?
Oh, it would be a huge blow to the office and to Jubal and to obviously the show as well. We are all hoping that is not the case. But yeah, she plays a huge role in it. She's essential in the dynamic dramatically. For every case, there is decisions that have to be made on a high level, and she is the character most suited to make those decisions. So I think one of the reasons our show works is because all the characters fill a necessary role within this family. And so it would be a real shame to break something that's working so well. So,
like I was saying before, because this is a bit of a different episode for both of you, because like Jubal's right in the middle of the action from the very beginning. We see Isabelle kind of like doing this like undercover type role in order to weed out Keen and everything. Just talk about filming the episode with that for both of you.
I just think it was so much fun being out of your comfort zone and playing completely, not only different scenes and dynamics, but you're in a different location. And you know, there were so many twists and turns that made it more interesting and like creatively fulfilling to go, gosh, how am I going to pull that off? Okay, let me think about this.
Yeah, it's also nice to see how hard everyone works. In the jock, we do 10 pages a day. The camera's rolling the whole time. Out in the world, they're moving from location to location. You got,
equipment.
Yeah, you got stunt people doing crazy stuff. You've got shots that are, out there running around, and so it's nice to see the crew do what they are really paid to do. I mean, make this thing exciting and fun, and
they do.
And then it's also really fun to see it cut together because it looks like I'm really doing that superhero-y kind of stuff. So yeah, it was fun. It was really, it's nice to have the opportunity to, it's one of the things I love about the job. I love the main job, but to be able to come out of the office every few episodes and kind of explore some other sides of this guy is a bonus.
Jeremy, how was it for you and for Jubal being on the other side of an interrogation?
Oh yeah, that's fun. I like that side better actually. The interrogations are hard for me. I always feel like there's only so many techniques or things you can sort of like try to get ways you can get what you want. You know, I mean, I had a great episode with that great actor was my informant, and there was actually some different elements that we were able to play with in that because we had a history. But being on the other side of just being, I guess what was interesting about this episode was being interrogated and also being uncertain about the person who's interrogating you, you know, in a couple different ways. So that's the, you know, that leads to a certain complexity, and trying to play all those elements leads to some interesting moments.
Alana, we got to go home with Isabelle this season and meet her husband, see her, like that different side of her. What was it like exploring that for you?
You know, it was so fun. That was a surprise to me. The scene that was revealed when Isabelle tells OA, "I'm married." You know, this is when I tell you I'm married. Everyone was like, "Wait, what?" Including me. I said, "What? I'm married. I have children. What's happening?" So it was really fun to see that come to life. And Tom was incredible. He was sweet and kind, and, you know, just relaxed, very easy to act off of. So it was really fun to explore that and see Isabelle at home, and, like, you know, that duality that she lives, having this very strict, you know, professional life, but then her personal life where she loves and is like everybody else and wants a family and home in that safe place.
One of the moments I loved was Isabelle staking her reputation and career on Jubal not being part of Forefront. Both of you just talk about the loyalty we constantly see between your characters, because it's one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. I love the dynamic between Jubal and Isabelle, that they are friends through and through. They're both bosses, and although she's his boss, she turns to him as a confidant as well. And they might not always agree, and you know, they might disagree, and she might have to reprimand him occasionally. But I love that dynamic because at the root of it, they are friends as well. And it's fun. And we're friends in real life.
Yeah, it's I think it's an extension of how their jobs are big parts of their lives. These people, I mean, it's a big job. They're there all day, and so their friendship really comes out of how they work together. You know, like Jubal really respects the chain of command, and you know, even when he has different opinions, he's never in a place where that opinion is going to rise above. You know, he's going to figure out how to bring up that difference of opinion in a way that's respectful. And you know, he does have to do it, and you know, and when she has to, you know, punish him for something, or bring some consequences into his existence, then his world, she does it with a sense of compassion to it as well. So yeah, it's nice to have, there's something pure about the relationship because it comes from how they work together.
What are your hopes for season 8?
Man, you know,
Hope to be alive.
Yeah, I hope she's alive. This is my first hope. That her heartbeat returns. And then every year I don't come from a place of like hope. I just hope they're able to, you know, I hope one or more of the writers brings a storyline that is kind of personal for them, and it happens to fall in Jubal's lap, because that's when I always find like that's becomes an episode that is I can sink my teeth into. So that's kind of whenever I do talk to the writers, I'm like, you know, if anyone's got anything that they're struggling with, feel free to try to get that through, because that always brings some good stuff. But just open to the next year. This year was the first year with a whole team of writers. So it was a real arc of them understanding what was necessary for the network and the studio and everyone, the actors, and so it went great. So it'll be interesting to see what next year brings, now that they're a little bit more, you know, they feel a little bit more like it's home.
And Alana, besides, you know, Isabelle being alive?
I don't know. I think I probably approach it the same way. I feel like my job is to make their words come to life. Whatever they're writing for me, I'm supposed to go, okay, I'm going to make this real. I'm going to, you know, so I don't really, I love the idea of seeing more of Isabelle's husband. That was fun, her personal life, and that struggle.
Like more of his body, or what do you mean?
Right, like him naked. No. Okay. I'm pretty sure that we're related. In the past life, he is my brother. Pretty sure.
earlier this season we saw like Isabelle thinking about retirement, but it's impossible to imagine her like leaving the FBI. But what do you think each of your characters would do after the FBI? Like if they did retire?
Yeah, I don't know. I think she would probably wither up. She would just become a sad lady.
You'd open an escape room.
Ooh, that's good. Well, you would do that in real life.
Well,
I feel like that's really just Jeremy.
I might open it.
Yeah.
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 I don't know.
They're just junkies, right?
It's hard to, when you have a job that has that, the stakes are that high.
Yeah.
It's hard to find something else that feels that, a lot of detectives after their years, they really never feel the same. Like they've lost something that's really hard to get rid of. But it also comes with a lot of agita, so it's a love-hate relationship as well with it. I have an FBI agent who left and went into the financial sector, and sort of used some of his skills from that to try to, understand companies and stuff. So there's things you can do for sure. It's a skill set that is actually, great for a lot of different industries, but it's just the stakes are,
They're pretty high.
yeah. Maybe he's gonna be like there'll be like TV
Fisherman.
TV
Consult.
consultation.
Yeah.
Consultant.
Consult me.